It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. I'm Will, yours truly, and we got Antwan back on. Cuzzo, what's going on with you, man?
Not much at all, man. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. You know, we got to get this NFL and this college football stuff together. So, might as well do it, man. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and say that Antwan lost all his picks last week.
Did I lose the ball?
He lost every one of them. No, he did. But see, when you do the spread, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The spread, it's kind of tough. So, no. But before we get into that, like we always have fun, let me let you know, hey, guys, this is where you're going to find us at Marco Will Show, period. You're talking about Twitter, which is X, Facebook, TikTok, You Don't Stop, Instagram, YouTube. Go ahead and follow us on this main page as far as Facebook. Share all the stuff, Players Club, join that without a doubt. You know how we do, so make sure you support. That's what it's about. I want to hit the ground running, man, and we're going to hit the ground running with some football. We got some big games, which really big games because both teams are winning, talking about University of Louisville, Kentucky, and we got a dark horse that everybody's darling. We'll talk about them shortly. But right off the bat, you got Boston College at Louisville. Louisville's a 14-point favorite. Louisville decided they wanted to freeze up. I guess it was a freeze tag, and they froze in the second half and limped off to a victory. I don't know what that was about, but now you're at home. Got to get it together. I know it's new players, but you can't finish like that. So Boston College at Louisville. Boston College had a good game against Florida State. So what do you think about this, man? I mean, you always got to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to conference play.
Right. With this one, it's like you said, again, it's a conference game. Louisville at 14 points. I might have to give them that. You said that Boston College had a decent game. What was it, a couple of weeks ago?
Well, last week, Florida State, they actually lost by, I think, 2 or 3 and was driving and turnover or whatever, but they really showed well at home, but will they play well on the road? You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with, Louisville.
And also on this one, I would say this, man, it's going to be a wild environment. It's going to be 3:30 on Saturday. 3-0. You don't have Satterfield. You got Brom. A lot of people probably still stay there because you got the St. X and Trinity game Friday night, so they might just roll over and tailgate the next day. It's going to be a wild environment. This hope and everything else. I like Thrash. I like Jawar. They got some weapons. You just got to finish. You just got to finish the game on that one. So it should be good. I think it's, like I said, a 3:30 start with that one. Next up, we got Big Blue goes to Vanderbilt. Big Blue is also 3-0. Taking care of business. They got some new shiny parts with Leary and also Davis, the running back, which Davis came from Vanderbilt. So he's going home. I don't know if it's going to be a good home welcome. So he's going to try to get 3,000 yards in one game. And Vanderbilt's going to, we may lose to Kentucky, but you can't beat us. That kind of attitude. Have you been able to watch any of the Kentucky's games this year, man?
No, I haven't watched anything, as far as, college ball other than Colorado.
Of
You know,
course, of course.
Colorado's of course the hottest thing out there right now. So I make sure that I watch them. Then they have them on every week too. So
Oh
uh,
yeah.
yeah. Other than that, I haven't really watched too much. College ball.
Right. Well, the thing about it is like really Kentucky's like Louisville as far as transfer portal. Baby did well with that. Got another new faces. Just getting well, getting used to jail with each other. Your offensive coordinator was ill last week, had to be hospitalized. But Kentucky went ahead and took a business against Akron. I think this one will be good because this is their first road game, so it'll be a little tough. 13 and a half. I'm more comfortable with saying 10, something
Mm-hmm.
like that, not a 14. I think Vanderbilt's going to try to throw the kitchen sink. I think Kentucky should win. Kentucky's got the better talent. Like I said, at running back, just don't do too much. You know, we understand that you left Vanderbilt for Kentucky. Kentucky has been rock and roll in the past 5 to 7, 8 years or whatever. So, better football brand right now than Vanderbilt, period.
Right.
So, hey, let me go there. So I know, might try to do anything, but I think Kentucky would definitely take care of business with this one. You have to because there's not a lot of gimmies on that schedule. Speaking of gimmies, which is not a gimme, this is the first time Colorado at Oregon. Number 10. Oregon is ranked number 10. They got a 21-point favorite. I don't know. And like you said, everybody's pretty much watching this. I mean, I'm talking about every NFL, because NFL has more, women that watch NFL, period.
Right.
You know that. They got their jersey. But a lot of them are watching this Colorado just like the men. Like everybody loves what's going on with this Deion Sanders-led team, right? So 21 points. I don't know, personally, I don't know if this is like, you're going to lose and you'll get smacked in the face. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, Oregon should win. I would say this. Oregon should win. They're at home. They are talented. They are loaded. But I don't know about that 21, though, man. That's a lot of points that you saying. And I understand Travis is hurt. Travis Hunter's not playing. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. We know Mr. Do-It-All, who will start on anybody's team and probably will start on some NFL teams. What you think about that, man? Was that just like a little slight, or was it the Travis Hunter effect?
A little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
One, like you said, the Travis Hunter being out, he's one of their star players, this, that, and the other. But again, they struggled with Colorado State last week.
Yeah, they did.
They struggled. I mean, it went to the last second. You know what I mean? So if Colorado State can come in there after talking shit,
yeah,
and damn near, get it done.
right.
Oregon's I think it's gonna be a little bit of, it's gonna be kind of easy for Oregon to, kind of expose Colorado for the first time. I watched the game last week, man, and I watched Deion on the sidelines, and I swear Deion did not talk to not one player. He's just walking up and down the.
Uh-huh.
Is he actually coaching, or is he just the face of this?
You know what though? But if you check it out though, a lot of college coaches like that, unless you're calling the plays. Nick Saban is more involved with the defensive backs type stuff because that's what he coached. So he specialized. I don't think Deion specialized as far as a coaching at one particular position. So you have a lot of figureheads or the dudes who don't just walking around. You know what I'm saying? So he'll probably stick his nose in certain things like that. You see that a lot in the NFL. Right. Let's be honest. In the NFL, a lot of them, unless you Mike McCarthy or you Shanahan or somebody that's coming off, they do that too. They just walking up and down. But yeah, you're right. You're right. He, I saw him getting in somebody's butt one time. I don't know, that kind of stuff. So, but I don't think he coaches a specific position.
Right. Yeah, I was noticing that the other day. I'm like, damn, is he actually coaching, or is he just just out here modeling? You know what I'm saying? Just walking up and down the sideline, because I swear, like I said, his little microphone turned up on his neck. He's not even who
he's the orchestra, baby.
Right.
He's the orchestra. But I would say this though, you hit it on the head, man. You knocked out of the park about that Colorado State. Colorado State, they was a couple of players for this winning that period. If they had, and I mean, couple of players, if they had a little bit more depth with some couple of good players, they would have won it overtime. They would have kept that lead and they would have won big time. But you got to do what you got to do. It was a rivalry game, but that was a little bit too close to comfort. And I think this on the road, I think it's going to be a big task. I think Oregon's going to win. I don't know if it's going to be 21. If it's 21, it's going to be. If it's 21, it might as well be 28 or whatever. And it be as far as Colorado, what scares me with them is they depth. They don't have no depth. You know what I'm saying? They got some talent over there, but Deion's the type you got to earn that. They was talking about a 5-star DB freshman who ain't got a sniff, and he said he ain't earned it. So he ain't gonna just put players in there. So I think this one is gonna really expose a lot of their weakness. And if they come out to win, hats off to him, way to go. But I want to see, cause this is what I want to see. If they lose, and they lose handily, and really all they got to do is lose. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, it don't make no difference. When Deion takes his first loss, how's that media going to treat him? That's what I want to see, because
I think it's
they
what
go
a
for
lot of the
trouble.
media is looking for. There's a lot of people in the media, other coaches. There's a lot of people that don't like the way he does things.
Right,
They don't
right,
like the way he talks, his confidence, this, that, and the other. So there's going to be quite a few people happy to see it happen, right?
right, right. Big time, big time.
Right.
Celebrating.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. I mean, here you are coming at to a new situation. I think what Colorado won one game last season before he
yeah.
got here.
Something like it, something nasty. That
Yeah,
yeah,
so in the first two games, you done doubled your win total from the previous season.
right.
Uh, so right now, you just skating, right? I mean, you've outdone the last guy.
Already, already.
Right. Now, at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were saying, they'd be happy to see him win 6 games.
Right, right.
So if
You
they've
know what?
already one of the runner-ups or the runner-up for the championship last year, you know what I mean? So that was a big game. They won their little home rivalry thing, you know what I mean? So that's a plus, right?
Right,
So
right.
I think anything else from here on out is icing on the cake, I guess.
It's icing on the cake, but
From
Deion.
me, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Because you
right,
said a
right.
lot of people is looking for the downfall. They're
Oh
waiting.
yeah, oh yeah. And the thing about it is, the great thing is that they caught TCU at a good time. They lost a lot of people off that team, but hey, y'all ranked them. He knocked them down. He beat them. You know what I'm saying? Then they won the second game. Then they won this game. The Colorado State game. So yeah, Deion, this do what you gotta do, man, and get ready, because they are ready to go ahead and talk cash money to them, for real, for real. So, good luck with that one. I think everybody will be watching that game. Like you said, all this game is going to be on TV. So it is what it is. Before we get into these games this week, we had some stuff that popped off today and different stuff like that. You got the Vikings acquiring Cam Akers from the Rams. They're 0-2, and we'll get into it when we dissect. So, but Cam Akers, I mean, up and down for the Rams. Hit and miss in the doghouse. I understand the Vikings needed somebody, but I think I would have probably went ahead and got Hunt. But we know that Hunt. We'll talk about that shortly. Do you think Cam Akers is going to make a difference on this Vikings team?
I don't know, because I mean he wasn't too effective prior to leaving. What was it, the Chargers?
Right.
Yeah. He wasn't too effective this year. Leaving the Chargers, they done replaced him with Kyron Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Then got him out of there. So they don't need him anymore. So
You
he
talking about
didn't.
the Rams? The Rams, yeah.
Right, Rams. Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't need him anymore, So I don't know if he's going to come into a new situation and just take off like he used to, But
Right.
then again, what do the Vikings, as far as offensively look like, other
All
than
pass. All pass.
yeah, Jefferson, right? So
Right.
I'm not sure.
The thing about it is, I get it as far as you still believe in Addison, but you got to go ahead and have a 1-2 punch. I don't know if that's that the two that you're looking for. I don't know. Who knows? Speaking of somebody who needed a back, we all saw what happened to Chubb, Nick Chubb. They went ahead and Hunt said, "Here I am. What you gonna pay me? Now you
Yeah,
got to pay me.
I remember the plays. Come get me. I'm back.
How
Yeah.
much? How much?"
Right. Right.
And I get it because once he went out of that game, oh boy, it's still rusty as heck. Watson. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
the running game was nothing except for him on his wheels. And I like Ford. Don't get me wrong. Ford did nice. He had a nice big run, and but he can't do it by himself.
Right.
Go ahead. And I don't think too many of these, every team pretty much got a 1-2 thing. So I think that's big for them to hurry up and get him because who knew that the Vikings was looking? So, I'm pretty sure they was calling Hunt too. So I think it helps them out. I'm not saying that it's going to put the Browns in the Super Bowl, whatever, but I would say this. If they probably had Nick Chubb for that game, they probably won that game
Right.
against the Steelers.
Right.
What you think about the signing?
I love the signing. I mean, like you said, familiarity. He knows the system. He can come in and just kind of pick up where he left off. I don't know why they got rid of him to begin with. I mean, I think he was doing well, backing up Chubb last season. So, um, yeah, I think it's a good move for them. Like I said, they went for somebody that they knew.
Right.
They know what he can do. So they're gonna put him in good situations. So I believe it was a good pickup, good signing.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't know if it was more of I want starting money and they deemed him as a number two, which we all know, you and I know that pretty much he can start for some other teams and will be a heck of a starter he used to, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised Kansas City ain't came back around. I know Pacheco and Ayers, but they haven't rocked and rolled in that backfield like Hunt did, before his incident. But I'm with you. I think that's real good. Real quick, before we go to the games, I thought this was very interesting. Defensive coordinator Williams resigned to focus on health. This is talking about the Birds. Have they already quit? Have they said this is a wrap? I mean, 2 games of the season. People is already out the door, and then we'll see him being a coordinator next year for somebody. Watch.
Right, right. Well, definitely, let me get out of here before, the wheels fall all the way off of this shit. So I'm not the scapegoat. I don't get Westbrooked out this bitch. So yeah, I would, I don't know. He's focused on health. And then too, what kind of health? Is this mental health or is this,
Right.
physical,
Right.
ailments that you're dealing with? I don't know. But, if whatever it is, distracting you from doing your job, then I gonna get out of there too.
Right, right. And then you probably everybody with the Birds probably got some kind of health problem going on as far as a coach,
Like
ulcers,
pressure.
yeah, everything.
Right,
So
right,
and then that's one of that's two things that somebody can tell you to say I'm not coming to work or I'm not going to do the show or I'm not going to go to a wedding or whatever. Something happened to your kid, a family member,
Mm-hmm.
mom's ill, daughter's ill, something like that. You ain't going to question that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't going to question it. Or if you say, yeah, heart, chest pain, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to question you when you talk about yourself with the physical ailment of what's going on with you, or you say a family member.
Right.
Oh man, I can't do this today or whatever, because all right, bro, get well. That's all you can say. So to me, we don't know what's going on. I hope he's doing fine, but I'm pretty sure everybody on that team is probably suffering from something right now because, like you said, it's almost time. It's almost time. Speaking of almost time, we got a game Thursday. The Giants go to the 49ers. 49ers is a 10-point favorite. 49ers undefeated, like I said, big time. They are 2-0. Had a nice first win against the Steelers. Had a tough battle with the Rams, but prevailed with that. That was on the road, 2 road games. Now they get the Giants, who bounced back. Giants, who knew? Got outscored 61-0 in a game and a half, and then came back. So, what's your thought of this game, man?
I don't know. I don't think the Giants have enough. offensively, with Saquon being out, also,
Yes.
I don't know, then you had the shutout game, so I don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, offensively, maybe, well, them getting the slow starts and things like that
Right.
may put them in a situation with San Francisco. San Francisco's been somewhat steady so far, so yeah, I don't see them kind of like falling off a cliff or anything like
Right.
that. They've
Right.
been running like a pretty well oiled machine or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go with 49ers and plus more than that 10. It's gonna be bigger than that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like go to your bookie and bet everything right now. I think so too. Shaquan Barkley's out. Yes, everybody. You did that talking about the Giants. You did that against Arizona Cardinals, who are tanking.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You didn't score the week before, and then you laid an egg, and you did came back good one. But I'm with you on this one. I think the 49ers, they're at home. Their first home game, they're gonna be juiced. No running game against that defense, and they can pin their ears back and come to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is going to be your leading rusher. I don't know if he's going to make it out of this game. I don't. And I hate to say that. I'm with you. I think the 49ers will take care of business easily. Colts travel to Baltimore. Colts is 1-1. Baltimore's 2-0. Had a big win against the Bengals last Sunday. So Colts had a big win. Got that out the way. Mr. Richardson, I don't know if he's back. I know they was hailing him out. Concussion protocol. What's your thoughts on this game? Who you got?
I'm going with Baltimore on this one, pretty easily. Like you said, with the Richardson situation, we don't know if he's, is he going to play or not? What was it, concussion, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're not sure if he's going to play. Other than that, I mean, they've been somewhat steady, but they're not winning, games like handily. So I'm going to go with Lamar in this one.
Right, right. Um, who you talking about was winning games? Talking about the Ravens?
No, no, no. I'm talking
Talking about
about
Colts?
Indiana. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm with you. I'm all Ravens. I think they will cover. My thing is, I need to see more from that defense. And I guess I'm projecting down the road talking about the Rays. We all know, I mean, we're not talking about Ray. Even after Ray, they had solid defenses. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
don't know. I know they got a lot of key players hurt. And I'm just saying this in future games. I know they're gonna cover this. I know Lamar and them's gonna get healthy. Colts got a solid defenses. They got some good players on there, but I think Ravens at home, they'll take care of business. Um, you know, I think they was looking to sign somebody else too because I know Dobbs is out, but I think the Ravens take this easily. If my man's hurt, Richardson, if he's let first of all, he probably shouldn't be starting anyway. Let Minshaw start. Let him do
Mhm.
him. He's a great backup. He done started some games. Let him take the brunt of this and let my man develop. I understand he was a first round pick, but don't get that man hurt because he's 6'5", and you know he think he's gonna be able to knock some defender over and they're gonna knock him out like they
Right.
did. Like they
Yeah.
did. So, come on, don't rush that man because his career be over. The Titans versus the Browns. This is a very interesting game. How quick did Hunt, like you said, he knows the playbook. Is he ready to play? Is he able to play? Will he back up forward, Isaiah, the running back or whatever that ball for the Browns? Titans
Mhm.
coming off a nice win, which shocked me. I didn't think they was going to get that, but the Chargers are the Chargers, I guess. Browns favorite, 3.5 point with no solid running back right now. What do you think about this game? Titans at the Browns.
No solid running back and a questionable quarterback. I mean, for all the money that they're paying him, he's definitely not performing like he should be. He's definitely not giving us what we should be seeing. He's got
Right,
just as many interceptions as he does touchdowns.
right.
So that's on the season. But Tannehill, of course, is no better. You know what I mean? He's got like three times the interceptions as the touchdowns he's got. You know what I
Ooh.
mean?
Ooh.
Um, you know, uh, Yeah,
Pick 'em, ain't it? It's a pick 'em.
yeah, it basically is. It really is. But you got D Hopkins is your best receiver. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Pedestrian. Pedestrian.
underperformed.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Cleveland with a three. Then again, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one.
Because that 3.5. Because that 3.5.
3.5. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they could go ahead and lose by 3 and still cover that. That is true. Um, no, you know what? I think you hit on the head. First of all, D Hop, I guess you went because they gave you the most money. Because there's no way as a receiver you're gonna want to play with Tannehill. I'm sorry. Come on, man. I mean, AJ Brown went through that for years and he got out of there. And look at him. Nobody thought he'd be doing what he's doing with Philly, even though he got upset the other game. But still, I think the Titans is going to be solid. See, this is what scares me, Twan, is that my man Watson is scaring me to death because we know Verbal can coach. He's going to have that defense rocking and rolling. He's going to have it, and that scares me. And this is going to be one of those games like we thought last week. It's going to be one of them 19-16 games, and that is right up Titans' alley.
Right.
I'm
Right.
with you. I'm going with the Titans with this one. I'm just not, until I see Watson be, and I'm not saying he's going to be back to how he was, but he's got to be better than what he's doing. And he was missing passes, and that offensive line was getting harassed. It just wasn't a good offensive game, period,
Right.
for them. Their defense is solid, but this is a Titan type of game. It's probably going to rain and do something else down there that is going to benefit them too.
And you run a backup runner. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right. That's not good. They're going to key in on that one. Speaking of not good, the Broncos, which I mean, got to travel to Miami. 6.5 point favorite, the Dolphins. I think they dealing with. I think Waddle is out. I think or something like that for them. But that offense is humming. The Dolphins keep doing what Dolphins do. As long as Tua stays upright, he is the conductor. The Broncos. I don't know whether Guess that look good as far as the Hail Mary and the dude got hell, but why did it get there? To the
right.
Commanders. Why you let the Commanders score 35 or 36 from whatever it was? I mean, I don't get that. So, what's your thoughts on this game? You and I talked about Mr. Russell last week. I mean, it is what it is, man. What do you think about this game?
Well, Russ, I mean, it's not like he's playing bad.
No, he was solid. He was solid.
5 TDs to a 1 interception on the season. You know what I mean? He's not playing bad football or whatever. So I mean, it's the people around him though. I'm looking at the highest receiving yards guy. He got a M Mims or whatever the hell his name is. What's his
Right,
name?
right. I think it's Marvin Mims or something like
Yeah,
that.
Marvin Mims with 4 receptions, 122 yards. Tua, he's playing, out of this world football. I mean, he had a lot of questions coming into the season, due to the concussions and things that he dealt with last year.
Right.
Is it time for him to retire? Should he give it up? He's injury prone, or we don't want to see him, murder somebody in the future.
Right. The CTE, yeah.
But yeah, he's playing a hell of a game. The running game is doing decent. Of course they got Hill over there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami on this, and I think that 6.5 is probably
Being
about
nice.
what it's gonna be. Yeah,
Okay, okay. No, I'm with you on that. I think we'll see a nice showing for the Dolphins defense at home. I know that Mr. Howard got the social media bomb, the cornerback who 4 women came out and said that he's got babies due this year.
today.
All 4 of them, yeah. Trying to give up that money, big time. So, but I digress. The Dolphins should cover this one. Tua is, as long as he's like we said upright. Mostert, or whatever, the running back,
Mhm.
explosive,
Yes.
explosive speed, and his backups are. I mean, they keep putting in guys who are just faster than him.
Hmm.
So this offense is just well. I think their demise will be their defense. I think it's solid. You know what I'm saying? But it's got some holes. But I don't think Broncos is going to be able to expose that. I mean, and you're right. Russell had 485 for the year, but he probably had 300 something in the last game. You
Hmm.
know, but because of who you are, you're gonna get blamed. They can lose 10 games and all because of defense, but end of the day, everybody's gonna blame Russell
With
Wilson.
the quarterback, yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna blame
Yeah.
him.
Well,
But
he
I'm
hasn't won anything. He hasn't done this, that, and the other.
oh
Like,
yeah, oh yeah. He's in a no-win situation.
right.
Period. Period. It's almost like you probably should have stayed in Seattle at the time, or somewhere else because I don't know. And Peyton's gonna want him out anyway. Peyton's gonna want to do his own thing.
Hmm.
And cut the ties with the money because they paying him. Speaking of cut the ties, oh wow, Patriots 2.5 point favorite at the Jets. The Jets, we know we got Mr. Wilson, the quarterback, but they still got some weapons, but he can't get it to him. Something's wrong with that. What do you think about this? Is this a surprising because the Patriots are not uh, uh the Patriots of old, and we understand the Jets don't have your ex guy, but what's your thought on this game, man? Divisional game.
Yeah, like you said, Wilson is struggling. I mean, but how much better would they have been with Aaron? Like, I'm not sure.
Right, right,
I'm not sure. I mean, the pieces around him are they giving him time to make the decisions that he needs
right.
to make? You got decent receiver out there, and Garrett. What's his name?
Woo.
Wilson. Yeah,
He's nice. He's yeah.
yeah.
He
It's not like you don't have anybody to get the ball to.
and got running game is great.
And you
Bree
got
Hall,
yeah, yeah. You got Hall and was it Cook behind him?
Cook. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, you got decent running game, but your passing game is suspect.
Right.
Otherwise, on the Patriots team, it's the other way around. They can pass the ball, but they can't run it. I mean, I mean, I've got Ramondre on my fantasy squad, man, and he's killing me, man. He's not really doing much, So I mean, with just that, the fact that the Jets really have a disjointed offense, I'm gonna go ahead with the Patriots on this. At 2.5,
Uh huh.
maybe a little low, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
You,
they should probably beat them by more.
you know what? If I am the Jets, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Run the ball. Run the ball. You Bree Hall, you got Cook, and do some. If you go ahead and establish that run, you can do some play action to Wilson. Garrett Wilson is a dream. The Jets, but a hope that they re-sign him when his time come. I know this is only his second year. Dude's a star. Dude,
Hmm.
it got great route running, great hands. He can do it all as a receiver. But like you said, my problem is with the Jets is this: they can't pass block. I understand they played Dallas, one of the top defensive teams in the league, but man, goodness gracious, a guy shouldn't get to a quarterback in 1 second.
Hmm.
Like what's going on. So my thing is a lot of these guys probably can run block better than they pass block. That's the only way you're going to be do. Take it out of that man's hand. Don't let him throw 30 and 40 times, whatever it is. Please don't. You, you,
Hmm.
until you get another quarterback. Let's put it. The Patriots. What scares me? I'm not a Mac Jones fan. He's solid, but they don't have anybody on their offense that wows you. Like I know
Yeah,
Devontae.
they don't.
I know Devontae Parker because he played at Louisville. You know what I'm saying? And he was
They,
good at Louisville and
they,
solid. But
they don't have any Welkers or
no,
Lawful.
no,
Like,
they got a lot of old receivers that's been
no
in the
talent.
league. Juju's there, and
Yeah, outcasts, people that people didn't want, right? You know what I'm saying? Just kind of threw away, you know what I'm saying, guys.
Yeah, yeah. So to me, on this one, man, this is another pick 'em to me. Really, I can see the lean towards the Patriots because really Mac Jones is better than Wilson.
Hmm.
You know, and what is that defensive scheme that Belichick's gonna do to the Jet? He doesn't got the players that Dallas has, but that dude's a defensive mind, so he's gonna make it difficult for him. Um, but I still don't like Mac Jones. Mac Jones. I still don't
Yeah.
like him. I know you riding with the Patriots. That's right. Who? I'm gonna go with the Jets, man. I think they'll pull this one out because if you can't pull this one out, you in trouble for the season. I'm sorry. And I heard Aaron's trying to look. Wait, wait,
That
wait.
was the first game, 4 plays into the
Look.
season.
Aaron,
That was
Aaron said he's coming back the playoffs.
they got to make it to the playoffs.
Playoffs? Playoffs?
Playoffs. Yeah, you play to win the game.
Right. Bills go to Washington. Bills had a bounce back win. Well, bounce back for Allen. He decided to show up and show out last week. The Commanders got a big win. The Commanders is 2-0. Woo, who would have thought that? But they are a big, heavy dog, underdog, big time against the Bills. What's your thoughts on this game?
I don't know. Just looking at them from a numbers standpoint, they don't look too far off.
Right.
Howell's been playing well. I mean, I can't say that he's too far behind Josh Allen as far as numbers at this point.
Right.
Um, let me see what we got. The Buffalo's able to run it a little bit better.
Right.
So I don't know, but Washington is 2-0 right now. So
2-0.
I can't just throw them away like that. And that's a 6 points. 6 points sounds a little bit high to me. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders on that. You know what I'm saying? Within the spread.
Protect home, right?
Right.
Protect home. I can't stand them. But anyway, on this. If the first two games, if I would have saw the Commanders like in the past, they have been defensive sounded, right? They have been top 15, maybe not top 10, but top 15 is still a good defense that can win you some games. This team has, gave up the 33. I know it was Russell. I know they only gave up 16. Well, they only gave it 16, but that's 16 against the Cardinals, who had absolutely nobody. They had a bus driver that was playing quarterback and Wally World clerks that was receivers and stuff like that. So that's what scares me.
Right.
But we know that Josh Allen is Santa Claus. He likes to give gifts. He's going to throw some picks. He's going to do that, But I do see them winning this game. I think they barely cover. I think it's probably a 7-point, 8-point game type stuff like that. I just don't know if the Commanders is going to be able to keep up. Can they? They at home. Wouldn't shock me. They on the road. B Enemy's doing his thing. Everybody's making fun of B Enemy. Talking about he was just a figurehead. He wasn't calling no plays. Well, something's working because we know Ron Rivera's not calling no offense for the Commanders.
Right.
So, hey, do your thing, B Enemy. Don't let them get on you. This right here, the Falcons at the Lions. The Lions disappointed me last week. They had a loss. The Falcons shocked me. They said, "Hey, thank you to your Packers." I didn't understand. I meant to hit you up about that because that kind of hit me a little different right there. Here I'm talking about Ritter, and Ritter balled last week.
Right.
Deion Robinson balled. I guess they must have listened to the show because they took care of business on offense and defense. What
They
do you
listened
got?
to the show, and they was exactly 1 point. I mean, it was the spread.
The spread.
Was 1 point.
Yeah, the spread.
Yeah, so they would have hit big on that one if we were betting.
Right. And you know what's so funny? It was when we did the show, Packers was receiving 1.5, and I took the Packers, and they lost by 1. I was like, "Oh, yes, sir." But what do you thought about? What you thought about this game? And I know you definitely got to follow the Falcons because they played the Green Bay and the Lions coming off that loss. Ugh. Well, what you
Right.
got, man?
Uh, with this one, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, this is kind of a toss up for me. You know, I'm
Mhm.
kind of upset with ATL, and I don't want them to win. But I think I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one.
Right,
Uh, yeah, that 3 points. I'm gonna take the 3 points too.
right, right, right. You know, on this one, man, is this fool's gold to me? Is the Falcons real? Because if you go down there and beat the Lions, I understand Lions is 1-1, but if you go to the Lions and beat them, then Falcons, you got to really look at them in a different light.
Yeah.
Big time. I'm not saying they Super Bowl, but you got to think, okay, they can contend in that division to go ahead and get to the at least a playoff look. The Lions is a fool's gold again, right? Everybody was buying into the Lions. You Geno Smith came in there and smacked you around and
Right.
you lost. This right here, this game is big for the Lions because you're talking about if you lose this game, then nobody's gonna talk about you. Right. Everybody was talking about who your surprise team? Lions. What do you think? They'll do this, they'll do that. You lose the back to back at home, things like that, things shift. On this one though, I think the Lions will bounce back, but we're gonna really find out what the Falcons are, who the Falcons are. Because if you go ahead and beat Green Bay and then beat Lions, you're a good team to me at this point. I know it's still early.
Hmm.
The Aints at the Packers. Will the Aints coming off that Monday night doubleheader, will they come and take care of business with the Packers? Will the Packers rebound from a disappointing loss to ATL? Even though the Packers did not have, let me put this, Mr. Aaron Jones did not play. It hurt. People don't understand. Dude is Mr. Do-It-All. Receiving, running, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know his status. Being a Packers fan, you might know more. I don't know if he's going to play in this game or what's going on, if it's hamstring or whatever. But the Aints at Packers, what you got for me?
First off, I'm going with my Packers just
Of
on
course.
G. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ain't no science behind that. You know what I'm saying? It's just pure fandom. But
Right.
I think AJ Dillon's gonna do well behind Aaron Jones. I don't know about it, his pass catching or whatever. They probably use Aaron Jones more for the catching out of the backfield or whatever.
Mhm.
But AJ Dillon, I believe, is just as talented a runner as Aaron Jones is.
He just slower. He's slower.
Right,
That's all.
right. And then Jordan Love. I mean, he's been solid. This year. He hasn't went out there and messed anything up. It's never been his fault that they lost the game or anything like that. But Derek Carr, on the other hand, he's trying to redeem himself from these last few years in Las Vegas.
Right.
And he looked good in what was it, the first game
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
played? Yeah, he looked really good in the first game. Uh, yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to give us the game, but
Well, we already know that. We know
yeah,
you
yeah,
rock and roll with that, and that's
it
okay.
may the result may be a little bit different, but I'm gonna go with the
This
Packers.
this is my sneaky good game. It's sneaky good game for two reasons, or maybe more. I think
Mhm.
because Packers at home. Packers is hard to beat at home. This is their first home game, so they're gonna
Mhm.
be charged. But the thing about it is, the Aints defense is no joke. They got a legit defense, and I like Derek Carr. I like him away from the Raiders. I think he's different, and I think that it's a lot of weapons that the Aints have as far as on the receiving. Kamara will be back real soon. This right here, this sets up because to me, for the Packers to win this game, I think they need to take control early. Do not give Carr any because if the Aints are hanging around, Carr can deliver these passes and he can
Yeah,
beat you. That's what makes damn scary. Dude is not a bum. You know what I'm saying? He can throw
right,
that ball. Yes, well, he got 1,000 interceptions. He was with the Raiders who didn't care. They didn't care. The Aints care about football. They got a
right.
defense. This right here, man, this is my sneaky good. This is flip a quarter type thing. I don't know who to pick on this one. Love has been paying solid. Like I said, is Aaron Jones going to play this game?
Mhm.
That's another thing. Oh man, ooh. Man, goodness gracious. This is yeah. I'll go with the Packers just because they're at home, and maybe that the Packers defense will get some turnovers. But this is going to be a real good game, guys. You guys need to definitely watch this game like this for real. This game right here will not be a good game. Texas at Jags, 9.5 point favorite is the Jags. Jag is coming off a disappointing loss. The loss is disappointing because this is where you're going to see if the Jags was, you play against the bully, the Super Bowl champion, and you only
Right.
got 9 points, 3 field goals. You couldn't score. But this is a get well game. The Texans, they already 0-2. They had a game that a team that they probably could have at least tried to beat, and they didn't. What's your quick take on this game?
Uh, well, I'm liking this what I'm seeing from Trevor Lawrence this year.
Mm-hmm.
When he first came in, it was like, ooh, did they make the right decision?
Right.
He's going out here, he's doing this, he's doing that. But he's kind of starting to establish himself as a top quarterback.
Right. Right.
Their offense is starting to move. They're winning games now. So I'm gonna have to go with the Jags. The 9.5. I don't know, but the Texans. What are the Texans? They're 0-2 right now.
Right.
Let me see. Texans.
You ain't gonna find no good stats.
They're not gonna rush anything. I think they got 62 yards on the season rushing.
Right.
I mean, Jacksonville not much better at rushing. You know what I
Right.
mean? But yeah.
Yeah, the Jags should. To me, I think I would say that C.J. Stroud is throwing the heck out of that ball. He's got 626 yards and only two TDs, but he's averaging about 300 yards a game. He has to. They don't have nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, the Jags, you have to get a 10-point win or more if you're serious. To me, the Texans hurt. They're not going to probably be good until about 2 to 3 years if they can still keep Coach Ryans. Jags got to bounce back, show that you can score. Trevor Lawrence, I'm with you. I think he's ascending, but he only has 2 TDs so far, 1 interception. Hats off to the Chiefs. They took care of business. They slowed down that train, but I think the Jags, you got to win, and you got to win convincingly this weekend. Speaking of now, this like the Chargers and Vikings, even. Vegas said it makes no difference who you take, whatever. This is an evenly matched game. Both teams are 0-2.
Yeah.
Both teams needs a win. Who is getting this win, Antwan?
Oh my goodness. uh and both of these teams got great players on them.
Yes. Yes.
That's what is kind of disappointing in both of them. You know what I mean? Both teams have good players. It's really is a toss up. I have no idea who to choose right now, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I think Vikings need it more.
You know what? I like that. Do you like that? I like that. But I would say this. I think the Chargers coach may need this more. I mean, he barely survived the past 2 years. Whoever loses this game, that coach is definitely on the hot seat. I'm sorry. I know these coaches have only been there like 3 years or something like that, but 0-3, you got some great players on both teams. Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Jefferson, all this stuff. I mean, both teams. But who is the complete team? I don't know. Vikings, even this because you took the Vikings, I'm gonna take the Chargers, man. This make it a little better. To me, I don't know who's gonna win. Who cares? But somebody's got to win because that coach is in trouble. Speaking of in trouble, Panthers go to Seahawks who had a great win against the Lions. Gino said, "Hey, I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Don't bury me. I'm back." What you thought on this game?
Uh, Seahawks. I mean, like you said, they're doing all right. Ugh. Carolina is struggled like it seems to me like forever.
Right, since oh boy.
Yeah, I mean since Cam Newton, I think you know what I'm saying. MVP year, I think that was the last
Last time, right?
that they were anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got to go with the Seahawks on this. Gino, he's playing solid football. He's not turning the ball over. He's going out and he's staying steady. Um, he's
Yeah.
getting Metcalf the ball. So I think it's a Seahawks game to lose.
If you Seahawks, you got to win this one. I mean, come on, man. This is Carolina Panthers. You have to win this because you can't sit there and lose this or even struggle with this game after you had an impressive win at Detroit. I'm with you. I think Seahawks will go ahead. I think Gino and them take care of business. The Panthers is, and I don't even like the coach. Frank Wright. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they keep recycling the same coaches. Who knows? Burns, speaking of coaches, at the Chiefs. Chiefs, 12.5 point favorite. Is this even enough points to be favorite? Justin Fields is suffering. The Chicago fan base has turned quickly. Dre was on here on Monday. He was ready to bust a vein in his head and everything else. He was high blood pressure, talking about the Birds and how they suck and Justin Fields. The Chiefs with an impressive win on the road against the Jags. That win is going to be very valuable as the season goes on because the Jags is going to be a good team. What you got right here? What do you have? Goodness gracious.
I think if they threw me and you out there with Mahomes, I think we could beat the Bears. You know what I mean? It's
This
just
give
like one or the
this give me
other.
this give me 3 yards.
Right. But I don't know if it's due to just the offense. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as the Bears is concerned, the Bears, they run. Uh-oh.
No, I'm saying that was right. You right on
Oh,
point on that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, the Chiefs, I think they're gonna win handily.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an easy game. Unless something drastic happens. Somebody else gets hurt, or Pat
Right.
Mahomes snaps his ankle or some stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think there's gonna be easy game for Kansas City.
So you're saying you have the Chiefs. You got the
Yeah, I'm gonna
Chiefs.
roll with the Chiefs.
Okay, I got the
And
Chiefs
at
too.
12.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs also. You hit it on the head because you hit it on the head. My thing is this: everybody wants to quickly blame Justin, but I think the whole team is bad.
Mhm.
And I think the offense is bad. As far as you have a guy that can run. I'm not, I'm one of the biggest Lamar's fan, but I've seen Lamar throw the ball, and I've seen Justin Field throw the ball. But you still got to implement that run in his
Yeah,
game. See,
yeah.
Lamar's older, a little older in the tooth, longer in the tooth, so he done did all his running. But can he still run and hurt you? Yes.
If he needs
So
to, right?
now he's been a professional for years. So hey, now you got to work on this pass. You got to do that kind of stuff. Justin Fields still has those legs that can do whatever, and you need to get him in rollouts. We talked about it last week. Rollouts, different stuff that caters to his needs. I still think they trying to fit him this square peg and this round hole, and it's not working. And so of course they're gonna blame him. Blame the offensive coordinator. Blame the head coach. Period. Do that. But I'm riding
Right.
with the Chiefs. I don't think it should be hard at all. Them boys go to Arizona. Them boys is want to go ahead and do another statement. 12-point favorite against the Cardinals. The Cowboys is 2-0. Cardinals is 0-2. The Cardinals have scored some. Cardinals have been in both games so far. I mean, I think they still tanking, but they've been in games. What's your take on this game?
Uh, Blowout City. Blowout City. I mean, the way that Dallas is. I mean, not only their offense is doing well, but their defense is amazing. You
Right.
know, and shoot, Arizona, they can't win a game, man. I don't think they can go in there, with the Cowboys even at home and even compete.
Right.
I mean, it's
And
just
that's
not
and that's sad.
where they are right now. Yeah,
What
so
you know what the funny thing is? Mark my word. Of course, I'm going to be watching this. I bet you that the Dallas Cowboys will have just as many fans as Arizona will. Every time they go up there, it's a everybody is rocking and rolling from the West Coast, from Mexico. All that stuff is going there to watch them. This is going to sound like a home game, which is sad. Which is sad. I mean, and they're going to blow the doors off. As long as Dak can continue to do the West Coast offense, dink and dunks, don't make any bad plays. That's all you got to do. Let the
hmm
defense take care of business, get three and
don't
outs
make
and all
any
this.
mistakes.
Don't
Yeah,
make any
yeah. Just go
mistakes.
out there and play solid football. I mean, you don't have to be outstanding or
Exactly.
stand out. Yeah,
See, and people was laughing at Mike McCarthy. Know what he's doing. He was at Packers. He knows the stand. The problem was that Aaron Rodgers wanted to be a slinger and wanted to do things he did. He won a Super Bowl with McCarthy, but he's like, hey, I want to go down the field more. I want to do this.
yeah,
I don't want to do
yeah,
that stuff. This is
yeah.
a perfect marriage with Dak. Because Dak, you had a horrible season. Let's bring it back in. Short, quick passes, quick decision, run the ball. Let's move. Do not lose the game. Let the defense take care. And that's what they're doing. That's the formula you need to take. Do not
Yeah,
do silly stuff and try to win the game yourself because that you don't have that in you. We've seen that
right,
for years. You don't
right,
have it in you.
right, right.
Uh,
You just mentioned the
Go ahead.
McCarthy, and I think that Dallas, they build teams differently than Green Bay did.
Right,
You
right,
know, and Green Bay like to do their thing through, the draft and things like that. They never really went after high caliber, like, free agents or,
right,
try to like make a concerted effort to surround him with superstars. They
right,
never really did that. He
right.
had to make the superstars. He had to create them. You know what I
Well,
mean?
also keep them. You know,
Yeah.
that's the one thing I would say about Dallas on this one. All the young stars is from the draft. Now,
hmm
what they did in the past couple of years, they added Cook, they added a Gilmore to go with that. You know what I'm saying? You added a Curse because you see what you need. Let's go ahead and do that.
hmm
Because they was getting kind of tight with the wallet too. But it's like, dude, if you want to compete, you got to keep the young talent, pay them, bring in the reinforcements, and rock and
Right.
roll. And that's
Right.
because you had the McCarthy, that's and Quinn. You got some good coaches, and you got McClave and them saying, "Hey, man, ain't you tired of not winning since 90 something? You got to change things around." So to me, it's a good formula what's going on right now. And I'm gonna tell you some other teams that maybe need to follow suit with that, and that's the Steelers. Steelers at the Raiders. 2.5 point favorite is the Raiders. I don't think nobody thought that would be the point spread at the beginning of the season. Steelers is 1-1. The Raiders is also 1-1. Steelers offense looked dormant against Cleveland. Now Cleveland's defense is top 10. We understand it, but still, everybody was all on the Pickett train. I love Pickens. The receiver Pickens is a bad boy. But I don't think that Kenny Pickett, is the quarterback for this franchise.
hmm
The Raiders, Jimmy G, who knows, whatever. But the Vegas love Raiders. What you got?
I think I might go with the Steelers on this one, man. It's like the Raiders really can't get out in front of
Right,
anybody. You know what I mean? It's always like a struggle. It's a middling game. It's never like a just an outright smashing. You know what I mean?
right,
So
right,
um, I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers on that, man. I'm gonna give them that 2.5 points then too. For
right.
them to rebound.
To me, the, I don't know if Vegas made them a favorite just because the Steelers played Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people don't do well on the following and things like unless they're playing somebody garbage.
Mhm.
This has to be them thinking that offense is really not that good for the Steelers. But I haven't seen anything with the Raiders. Like I have not seen nothing to make them a 2.5 point favorite.
Right, right, right,
I mean,
right.
I love Adams. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved Devontae Adams. Great receiver. We know that. I know you know that up and close. But I'm not a Jimmy G fan, even though Jimmy G's been solid enough. But he's got 3 interceptions, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions. Pickett got 2 and 3.
Right. Yeah.
So, so and then Harris only has 74 yards for the season, which is ridiculous. Jacobs only got 46. Go
Run
ahead.
to the
You're good. So to me, I'm gonna go ahead and ride with probably the uh, Steelers Raiders. Steelers Raiders. Wow. Uh, I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Raiders, just to make it spicy. To make it spicy. Next up, we have Eagles at the Bucks. This is a Monday night affair. Eagles is 5-point favorite over the Bucks. Another, like I said, this is the Monday night game. Eagles at the Bucks. The Bucks is 2-0. The Eagles are 2-0. The Eagles have, I ain't gonna say struggle, but they just have not looked overwhelming. I don't know if it's because they trying to wait to the playoffs to turn it on, which that's the deadly dangerous thing to do. But Baker said, "Hey, come on down here. Let's see what's going on. What you got on this game, man? Eagles at the Bucks."
Eagles at the Bucks. Baker Mayfield. Ugh. Can't stand dude, man. But I can't say he's been playing bad football. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just not enough. You know, I mean, as far as putting points on the board. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I mean, but he's getting games, accomplished or whatever. I mean, he's getting through it. You know what I mean? So I really can't fault him. But this one, I see with Jalen Hurts with his versatility and being able to, run, get out there and do what he needs to do. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the Eagles. But no, I'm gonna go Bucks within that 5 points.
Okay, so you taking Bucks with plus
I'm
5.
gonna go with Bucks. I
Okay.
typically don't fuck with Baker, but I'm gonna give him that one this time.
You know what? I think that's a great. I think this game is going to be closer than what people think. Just because Mike Evans, dude's a mismatch. Period. Just throw it up, he gonna get it. And then Baker, look, man, he 3 TDs, no interceptions. They've been solid, man. I mean, yeah, you hit it on the head. I mean, you really can't say anything. I can't. I'm like you. I cannot stand Baker, but they winning games. He's winning games.
Right, right.
And to
They haven't
me,
really used Evans in the last couple years. The last
right,
couple seasons, like he
right,
should have been used. You know what I
right.
mean? But yeah,
He's doing his thing. And then the Eagles, it's the honeymoon. I mean, they winning. We can't say they're not winning. They winning, but I'm with you. I think this is gonna be closer. I think the Bucks. I think the Eagles may win, maybe by 3, but I think the Bucks cover. So I like that plus 5 also. All right, last but not least, the Rams at the Bengals. I mean, they don't even. Is Joey Buckets playing? Is he even going to play this game? 2.5-point favorite. What is going on?
I'm gonna say he plays. I think he may play. But like I said last week, with the inconsistency of the Bengals, man, they're up and they're down, and you never know what you're gonna get. They're like a box of chocolates, right? You don't know what you're gonna get, man.
Right.
Whereas the Rams, of course, they haven't looked like the Rams since they won the championship.
Right.
But then again, they're passing the ball. You know what I mean? They're moving the ball. I might have to go with the Rams on this one, man.
Ooh.
I can't trust Joe Burrow and
Right.
Jamar Chase. I can't trust them either.
Ooh. I think the scary thing is that we're seeing a coach that his system is working no matter what. As far as the Rams, he's got people. They got a rookie in there that's catching 30 balls a game. You got Tutu Atwell that people thought would be cut after last year. He's still on the roster because they don't really have any receivers. The Cup is hurt, but they still keep in the games. They still, they won one, lost one. My whole thing is the Bengals has got to be playing with their hair on fire. You cannot be 0-3. I understand people said, "Oh, they've been 0-2 and then they've been." You got to win this game. I don't care how you do it. You have to win this game. And I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one. Monday night, I think Ohio is going to be rocking. Cincinnati's going to be rocking. I'm going with them. If they lose this game, I'm never taking them again. That's it. That's a wrap. Period. That's a wrap. This show's a wrap. All that kind of stuff. I want to thank everybody for watching. Cuzzo knocked it out of the park like always. Make sure you guys, do y'all picks. Go ahead and do in the comment. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Who you guys got? Why y'all got? What's your favorite team? Are they sucking? Are they winning? What's the deal? But thank you guys for joining us. We out. Peace.
Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.